This comes from the city called Harar. Harar is the city from which coffee was initially introduced. Wash the coffee. This is a fine roasting pan, a simple roasting pan. And a slow. It's usually done over a charcoal burner. All the beans have to be roasted at a certain profile or equal profile, so you don't burn some of it and get a bitter taste. The trick is to roast the green to a profile that is suitable for that particular bean. And the industry is called capping. They cap to identify the perfect roast profile for different kinds of coffee. Each coffee, depending what region, has a different sensitivity to the roasting. Yeah, see that smell? I wish the camera captures the smell. You see, this is not a burning smoke. This is aroma released from the. And I usually like to get evenly roasted bean. So the blazed coffee, this is our Harar. The best roast profile is moderate dark brown. That just picks, gets the best of the coffee characteristics out. Yeah, because you have to, actually, how I got to coffee was from storytelling angle. And I learned about the so-called global coffee crisis, where the price went back to where it was because of international market realities and the greed of international market. The coffee price went back to where it was in the 1960, because the big multi-billion-dollar corporations. This is when almost all the characteristics of the roasted bean comes to life when you roast it. This is the most. If you smell, this smell is just as the roasted bean is crushed. And this is coffee at its best. Actually, coffee should be smelled, not drunk. Because this is when almost all the elements it can stimulate you smelling it as much as it stimulates you drinking it, and the experience it gives you a dual delight. So if you're an experienced coffee roaster, you can differentiate, you can differentiate different the quality of the coffee from the smell of it. I will mix it before I put it. For the most part, the roast captures, most of the elements are captured in the roast. So even if you keep it and then I'm mixing it before I put it into the clay pot, the elements are captured within the roast. But if it is a freshly roasted grind, that's when it's potent the most. Coffee in its natural brew, after it's brewed and settled or rested to let the sediment sink to the bottom, the top part is the best brew, and it's supposed to be silkier, it's supposed to be smooth, it's supposed to be, even when you look at it, oilier, because it has oil. Coffee has oil, so all that oil will mix with the brew and give you that smooth, not muddy, but silky, oily texture. And no other brew system produces that. They pick it up and you incline it to a degree, and they take the part at this distance, and they move to the next one without a beat. Usually the cups are the cups are put right next to each other. You see here, look how creamier it is. See? They're at the edge, just like you watch wine, this brown gold edge crust, and it's oily. It's not muddier.